So if everything turns into vitamin MK4, right? You mentioned that's sort of the primary source that's in the body. And it's also, if you believe in ancestral diets, probably the primary form that we consumed if we ate at least an animal heavy diet. Why are supplement manufacturers mostly, if you try to buy vitamin K2 in the market, they mostly sell MK7. It's actually hard to find MK4 as a supplement. You really got to go out of your way to find it, especially find it alone. Is there a particular reason for that, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I can only surmise that it was a Norwegian company, Indian company, and some other company. They put in a lot of money and have clinical trials to support that, and so that is catching our ear a lot of attention. That is correct. So we hear that a lot. The MK4 thing, I'm hoping that your audience and you would champion this. MK4 is in the picture before MK7. If you type MK4 in Japan, MK4 is a pharmaceutical drug for anti-arteriosclerosis. Isn't that interesting? If it's a drug, that means that the Japanese pharmaceutical company have done all the work on its safety, on its pharmacokinetics like that. So they have been, but then the message is confused. When you think about the Japanese natto that they eat is an ethnic food, but that is MK7. But then when they did the study is MK4, perhaps they knew this a long time ago, that MK7 and MK, all the other thing converts to MK4, but MK4 will come in. Right now, I would declare my bias because we make a GG and GG directly converts to MK4 and our body only makes MK4. I just have a strong beyond hunch. The biochemistry of the body is MK4. I'm staying with MK4. However, I'm not blocking any benefits of MK7. The people have clinical study based on that. However, I still have a question that you should and your audience should ask. If you consume MK7, it's quite a large molecule. It's approaching the shape of my CoQ10 here. This is probably my CoQ10 here. MK7 would be here.
Right.
But this is 10. 7 would be here. 4 would be here. So in other words, the longer the tail is, the more difficult is it to absorb. So if you take MK7, you should ask your supplier to say, how do you know how much of this MK7 is absorbed? All the MK7 and 9 and 11, 12, 13 like that in the gut, they are largely not absorbed. They are made in the colon, but not absorbed. And most of the absorption is in the GI tract of the small intestine. So that should be answered. But they produce a clinical study to see that the arteriosclerosis have left them. So all power to that. And the amount of MK7 they use is very small. So sometimes I query, wow, how can that be? But they produce the paper, so I cannot comment until I know more information.